What's up, guys? Jay from Greenwater Adventures here to do a initial impressions kind of review on a telescopic travel style fishing rod. It's a Zebco 33 micro telescopic rod and reel. There's what it looks like. It extends out to 5 foot. It's an ultralight. When it's all the way down, I don't know if it says on here or not, but I'd say that's about 18 or 19 inches. First impressions of it, it does actually look pretty good, even though it is a Zebco. It's got an aluminum spool, it's got an aluminum handle, and it says on here that it has metal gears, so it seems like it might be built pretty well. I had Zebco 33s, you know, the thumb button spin casting kind growing up as a kid, and I mean, those were pretty good. And the reason I wanted to try this one out is just for like kayaking or travel type purposes. Sometimes you're just better off having something that's not real long, or you know, that you can collapse and keep out of trees and stuff. So we'll open it up and see what we've got here. If I can get it opened up. Okay. So there it is. Take this off. Put that right there. And let's just extend it out and see what we've got. One thing you're just not going to get away from on extendable rods is you do just have to make sure all these eyelets are lined up as you take it out. And that's that. So there it is. Probably can't get the whole thing in one frame. But it actually doesn't seem too bad, you know, for a telescopic rod. It actually feels pretty decent. It's not super whippy at the tip. I'd say it feels like an ultralight reel with fast action. Yeah, doesn't really say what kind of action it's supposed to have, but I'd call it fast. It says best line to use on it's 2 to 6. It came with 4-pound Cajun line on it, so I guess we'll see how that goes. The reel itself, I mean, I think the reel's going to be pretty good. Feels pretty smooth, feels pretty solid. I think that's going to be fine. I guess we could go ahead and put a lure on it and kind of get a feel for what it feels like with something on it. If I can get in here. I have more jig heads than that in here, but that's alright. I think this one's a 32nd. So we'll go with that. I get the line out of this little line keeper. Look to see how the line does. Maybe end up putting different line on it, I don't know yet. I will say most combos you buy, if they come with line, any of you that's bought anything that already had line on it, you already know. Usually not the best line in the whole wide world. I've never used Cajun. I've not heard anything one way or the other on it, good or bad. So I don't really know. I'm not super picky with my line as long as, you know, it doesn't have a ridiculous amount of memory and holds up pretty decent. I'm okay with it. I usually use Vicious line. That's what I like to use. Usually use the high vis green. I know a lot of people don't like Vicious. I've never had a problem with it. I think it's pretty tough, pretty abrasion resistant, low memory. I like it. And I usually use 4, sometimes 6, but usually 4. Mainly just fishing for smaller fish, bluegill, crappie, really whatever's biting. This jig head here, like I said, if I remember right, I believe these are 1/32 ounce. It looks like a 1/32 ounce with a number, I think that's a number 10 hook. Might be a number 12, I'm not sure. I think it might be a number 10. Alright, got that on there. I'll be honest with you guys, so far, having not used it yet, obviously, just first impressions here, this is one of the better telescopic reels I think I have. I don't know if you guys can see my bag. I do a lot of travel fishing type stuff. I've got 2 Cast King Compass collapsible reel, rod and reels there, rods, the reels aren't Cast King, and then an Eagle Claw. Those Cast King compasses are ultralights, and the Eagle Claw is light action, and they're okay. Of those, to be honest with you, I think I probably like the Eagle Claw best. I mean, it actually feels like a light rod. Those Cast King compasses, they feel like an ultralight rod when you hook the fish, but whenever you are actually just trying to cast or whatever, they're pretty stiff. So they're not bad. They're not the best thing in the whole wide world. I mean, and you do have to take into account that that is just the nature of telescopic rods, at least in my opinion and what I've experienced so far. You're not going to get the same performance out of a telescopic rod as you are going to a just regular old rod, ultralight rod. But see what the drag feels like on this. Out of the box, I'd say they set it pretty stiff, so be aware of that. Okay, so it does have, you know, the click on the drag, and it's fine. It'll do what I need it to do. I will say right there, as you can see that, I've got it down to where that doesn't take much there, but one click the other way, maybe, I mean, I guess my point there is one click takes it a long way down, so I'll probably leave it right there. Maybe even right there, probably more like right there. Yeah, that'll be fine. And that's about it for this video. If I actually go fishing with it or whatever, I'll let you guys know. Try to get a video of that, but first impressions, like I said, without actually having using it, I would say this might end up being my favorite one so far. Which, you know, I paid 45 bucks for it on Amazon. And all things considered, I really don't think that's too bad of a price. The rod seems pretty decent. The reel, that's not the best drag I've ever had, obviously, but it's not bad. I mean, it's pretty good. Feels solid. Says it's got metal gears, so I think it might last and actually hold up for a while. And it'll be kind of one of the kayaking slash travel rods. And we'll just see how it goes. Like I said, price wise, that does seem kind of high, but when you consider the reel's pretty good and the rod is pretty good, you know, these Cast King compasses, I think I paid right at 30 bucks a piece for them on Amazon with no reel, so you're paying 30 bucks for just the rod there. The Eagle Claw, it was $19.99, so 20 bucks at Walmart. It did come with the reel, and it's still on there. It does work. I will say that reel, I don't like that reel at all. The reel's junk. I mean, the drag stinks. You can just feel that it's cheaply made. But I mean, what do you expect for a collapsible rod and reel that costs $20? You know, that is what it is. The rod's pretty good. I've caught several fish on it. A couple catfish that were probably 2 or 3 pounds, and it held up just fine. So I think the rod's fine. The reel, it will work, especially if all you're doing is messing around bluegill fishing and stuff like that. But you know, that's why I kind of bought this one. I really didn't have a collapsible telescopic rod that I was happy with the entire thing yet. Even those Cast Kings, they're not bad. Don't get me wrong, they're not bad. They're not bad rods. I've caught a lot of fish on them. But as far as ultralight goes, they're not that sensitive. This one feels like it's going to be better than that. So I'll get a video on that and post that when I get a chance. And other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you found this entertaining and useful. That's about it for